The four great beauties of China, Xi Shi, Wang Zhaojun, Diao Chan, and Yang Guifei. These four women were so stunning they could stir wars, topple dynasties, and legends even claim that nobody since has ever matched their beauty. Until now. Behold, in 2025, it seems that a fifth great beauty has emerged. Known for his silky brown hair, lips as red as a cherry, and flowy long skirts, this modern beauty has made waves after seducing over 1,600 men in just the span of 3 years. Introducing the one and only Red Uncle. Professors, we need to talk about the Red Uncle situation that has left everyone in China and their mom shell-shocked. Because while us girlies are out here single AF, struggling to find boyfriends, this middle-aged uncle, cross-dressed as a woman, somehow managed to lure an alleged 1,691 men into intimate encounters before secretly filming them and then selling the footage online. And now, with leaked versions of these clips polluting everybody's FYPs, people are left questioning everything. How did someone like the Red Uncle successfully catfish so many men? Is this really what guys are into nowadays? And if you're a struggling middle-aged man, could this potentially be your next side hustle? By the way, the answer to that last question is no, but please don't do it. Especially when you can actually make money the legal way with today's sponsor, Cash Giraffe. Cash Giraffe is a free loyalty rewards app that allows you to earn money just for playing popular mobile games. Imagine earning money while doing something you enjoy. Sounds like a win-win to me. Basically, you just download the app and then you pick the task that you want to do. And by the way, every single game actually gives you a different number of gems, which you can check by going to the Discovery tab. So for instance, I decided to try out Empires and Puzzles, where it says that I can get 4,000 gems if I reach level 5. And then, well, you just play the game. You can then exchange your gems for Amazon gift cards, coupons, or actual cash that you can redeem via PayPal. Okay, I just completed my task, I earned my gems, and I'm probably gonna exchange it for some cash to help me get my next cup of coffee. Guys, I just love Cash Giraffe so much because it has allowed me to discover a bunch of new mobile games, all while earning some extra pocket money on the side. And so far, Cash Giraffe has already handed out over $10 million worth of rewards in the past year. So what are you waiting for? I've left the download link in the description, so click to download today. Or you can use this QR code to install the app even faster. Be sure to join the millions of players on Cash Giraffe and start earning today. Huge thanks to Cash Giraffe for sponsoring this video, and without further ado, let's get back to today's story. So depending on where you look, you may recognize the uncle himself by one of his many online aliases. Sister Hong, the Thousand Man Slayer, the Nanjing Bottom, or as Old Man Red, after initial reports stated that he was a 60-year-old man dressed as a woman. But in reality, he is in fact a 38-year-old divorced man surnamed Zhao from the city of Nanjing. Taking on the persona of Hongjie on various dating apps, Red Uncle allegedly made use of makeup, flowy dresses, wigs, and photo filters to transform himself into the most eligible MILF in his local area. According to reports, what made Hongjie's dating profile stand out was the fact that she claimed to be a married woman just looking to have some fun while her husband was at work. And the best part, you could hook up with her for free.
I'll make that deal. How about you bitch, you make that deal?
I'd make that deal.
I don't blame you. Damn good deal.
Apparently, all you had to bring was a little thank you gift in the form of a household item or a grocery. So whether it was a watermelon, a few bananas, or even a half-used bottle of oil, Hongjie really wasn't picky. You know, she just wanted to spend time with you. It just seemed too good to be true. And in the end, it was said that a total of 1,691 men traveled from far and wide to Red Uncle's studio apartment. Now, I know it might not look like it, but you have to give Red Uncle credit. He was quite the Rizzler. Like, if you take a look at his list of visitors, it includes a pretty impressive roster of handsome young men, shredded gym bros, corporate professionals, and even a few foreigners who apparently flew all the way to China just for a few minutes of fun with Uncle. And some even came back for multiple rounds, such as this man who the internet has dubbed the Four Seasons brother after he was seen visiting Red Uncle throughout all seasons of the year. But okay, at this point, you're probably wondering, didn't any of them realize that he was actually a guy? Well, here's the thing. The Red Uncle would always wear flowy long skirts in order to conceal his appendage, if you know what I mean. And he also rarely took off his clothing. So it is possible that some of these men never suspected anything. But for the most part, I'd say that most of the men were at least a little bit suspicious. And a few of them did actually find out his real identity.
The fuck?
But the puzzling thing is, they still reluctantly went ahead with it anyways. Like, I concealed these people's faces because I don't want to add to the doxing that they're currently going through, but the best way I can describe their facial expression is kind of like, oh, this wasn't what I was looking for, but I guess it's better than nothing. Now, of course, there were the occasional people who just flat out refused to engage in this unexpected gay encounter, but the uncle had a solution for that as well. I mean, is that not suspicious? He's actually doing it. And so, just like that, within the span of 3 years, Red Uncle had hooked up with approximately 0.03% of Nanjing's entire male population. But if you thought that Uncle was out there single-handedly solving the male loneliness epidemic out of the kindness of his heart, then think again. As it turns out, he had actually been placing secret cameras behind his kitchen sink to record every single encounter and was selling these videos online through WeChat, Telegram, and other subscription channels. So here we have screenshots from one of these chat rooms, and oh my god, I can't with these video titles. I mean, we've got things like, halfway through hooking up with Sister Hong, visitor touches balls and shrivels up. Sister Hong eats all types of muscular men, and Sister Hong plays straight boys, a full compilation.
Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
The fee to join these group chats was allegedly 150 RMB, and it appears that the uncle had actually managed to amass quite the fan base, as reports state that he had pocketed almost 500,000 RMB from his scheme. Strangely though, it appears that these group chats managed to remain underground for quite some time, and it wasn't until June of 2025 that Red Uncle's activities came to light after numerous leaked clips suddenly began surfacing on social media. We still don't know who leaks these clips and why, but they immediately started going viral, especially because many of these men were then recognized by their own wives, family members, and friends. That's right, guys. It appears that many of these men were already married, but still wanted some of that hok tua. This comment reads, "I was just here for the tea when I realized that this is my brother-in-law."
NANI?
What was he doing when he claimed to be working outside? Here somebody saw their dad in a video, like, oof, imagine that. And this man, who has been dubbed the leather jacket guy, has become super infamous after he was exposed for having an attractive fiancée who he was set to marry in just a few days.
Bombastic side-eye.
I guess it was a blessing that at least the fiancé discovered this before the marriage, and yes, in case you were wondering, she did call up the engagement. These are just a few examples, but I swear at one point you couldn't even scroll through Weibo every day without seeing someone who either recognizes one of the victims or admits to being a victim themselves. By early July, the situation had gotten so out of hand that it caught the attention of the Chinese authorities, and on the 6th of July, Uncle Hong was finally arrested on charges of producing and distributing obscene materials. But just because the uncle is behind bars doesn't mean that the chaos is over. Like, you know that scene from the Mean Girls where Regina George throws pages of the burn book around? Yeah, Red Uncle is basically the Red Gina George of China right now.
她叫做红姐哦，这个平凡无奇的人竟然震撼了全世界，而且
Literally everyone is talking about this case right now, and Red Uncle himself has pretty much become a household name. Like on the day of his arrest, hashtag Red Uncle topped Weibo's search results with almost 500 million searches, and everybody's For You pages have been spammed with countless memes ever since. We've got parody videos, fake merchandise, makeup tutorials, and many shops are even preparing Red Uncle outfits outfits for this upcoming Halloween season. But it isn't just the uncle himself who has gained quite a bit of notoriety. A few of the men featured in his videos have also been propelled to superstardom. Like just a few days ago, I came across this top 10 ranking board of the most popular male leads that was posted to Weibo, and here we also have some parody anime and romance novel covers featuring Red Uncle and his most notable boyfriends. You might recognize some of them from the ranking board. As you might imagine, these men are getting absolutely flamed online. From exposés about their personal lives down to analyses of their underwear, the average Chinese netizen probably knows more about these men than their wives ever did. Honestly, the online ridicule has been bad. Like, many of these men have already lost their jobs, others have been disowned by their families, and I'm pretty sure they can't go 5 minutes without someone recognizing them on the street.
Shame! Shame!
Naturally, this has raised some debates about whether it is fair for us to be shaming these men. After all, they're all undeniably victims of revenge. So some people believe that we should be giving them sympathy, not ridicule. However, many netizens have also pointed out how Red Uncle used her status as a married woman to entice these men, meaning that all the victims had the intention of participating in an extramarital affair. Not to mention, many of these men were also exposed for cheating on their own girlfriends and wives. So some have argued that this is just an instance of the garbage taking out the trash. Oh, and I forgot to mention that right around the time of the Red Uncle case, there was also another case of a Chinese university student who was expelled just because she engaged in relations with a foreigner who then proceeded to post intimate photos of them online. So many netizens are saying that if this woman got so much backlash just for being a victim of revenge, then the men in the Red Uncle case deserve just as much or even more criticism. Personally, I do see both sides. Like, yeah, obviously these guys are trash.
Know your fucking place, trash.
But at the same time, just because someone is a trash human doesn't mean that they deserve to get violated like this. So I guess I have a little bit of sympathy for them. Just a little bit. Here's the world's smallest violin. Additionally, the issue has also reignited gender tensions in China, with many women now seeing this as yet another example of why they can't trust men. Here we've got comments such as, "Men are so disgusting beyond belief," and "I will never understand the male species." Many women are also now questioning, why put in any effort into my appearance if even the Red Uncle can get laid? This comment even says, "Grandpa Hong shows that many men don't need love, they just need a hole." That's one way of putting it. And we also have many people speaking out against the use of the name Sister Hong because this was a crime perpetrated by a man, so we shouldn't be bringing women into it. Which is definitely a valid point. Like, why do predators always happen to call themselves sisters?
Hi, sisters!
On the other hand, some people have taken a more sympathetic view towards men on this issue. They see this as being a symptom of the wider male loneliness epidemic, which has been particularly serious due to the gender-racial imbalance in China. And discussions were also raised about the overwhelming financial burden of finding a girlfriend these days, with some speculating that Uncle Hong's cheap request for groceries might have seemed like a refreshing change when compared to the sky-high standards of some Chinese women. However, the topic that has definitely aroused the most interest, no pun intended, is the psychology of the uncle's visitors. Why would these handsome men with respectable careers be attracted to someone like Uncle Hong? Why were they willing to cheat on their partners with him? And most confusing of all, why did some of them continue even after finding out that they had been catfished by a man? This fascinating topic has been analyzed by various experts, commentary YouTubers, and netizens. Some have speculated that since the hookup was free with no strings attached, it might have seemed like a no-lose situation regardless of who the partner was. Meanwhile, others wonder if perhaps more men than we expect are actually on the sexuality spectrum. But by far the most accurate explanation has to be the one that came straight from one of the victims themselves. And his answer? 来都来了. Essentially meaning, well, I'm already here, so... And guys, that line has gone so viral that it's basically become the unofficial slogan of the entire saga. People are putting it on t-shirts, cakes, and there was even a Red Uncle convention in Hong Kong a few days ago where the Lido Lila guy was basically the main mascot. But underneath all of these memes, Lido Lila also kind of summarizes the absurdity of this whole scandal. I mean, netizens are making jokes to cope with this situation, but honestly, this phenomena really highlights some deep-seated societal issues that will definitely stump experts for years to come. Not to mention, the scandal has also torn apart many families. And now with 11 of Red Uncle's victims diagnosed with HIV, there's also a real concern of a potential STD outbreak. So the problems caused by Red Uncle and his men are far from over. That being said though, it isn't all doom and gloom. If there's a biggest winner in all of this, it's definitely the inmates at the Nanjing Correctional Institute. And with Red Uncle now set to spend at least 2 years behind bars, let's just hope that his customers had gifted him enough soap to last his entire stay. But I'm interested to know what you guys think, so be sure to let me know any theories or opinions you may have in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, then I'd really appreciate it if you could give it a thumbs up and subscribe. As always, the research notes for this video will be on Patreon. And last but not least, if you liked this shirt that I'm wearing, then it's actually available on my store Plofessors Pics, along with a ton of other amazing outfits, so be sure to check it out. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Thank you for watching, and special thanks to my Patreon members for supporting my channel. If you'd like to watch reaction videos and other bonus content, then be sure to check that out on my Patreon.